We're lucky to have so many remarkable women here on the Gulf Coast working to better our communities. Each week throughout the month of March, we've been highlighting local women doing great things. One who stands out is Chris Ziebach. She was nominated for our Remarkable Woman Initiative because of her drive, establishing a nonprofit home for girls who have been victims of sex trafficking, the only one of its kind in the nation. A committee voted and decided she is this year's winner. And I gave her the news that she's going to Los Angeles to represent the Gulf Coast at an event for remarkable women around the country.
Are you serious?
Yes, congratulations.
It's him, not me.
Follow your dreams. That's something we all strive to do. Chris Ziebach followed her nightmares.
My children being trafficked, me being trafficked, over and over nightmares that were very trauma-inflicting and very detailed. And a friend of mine said, you need to go to the Human Trafficking Summit. And I said, okay. And I went and I heard what was taking place, not just in Alabama, but across our country, that it was growing faster than the drug crime, and it was becoming the fastest growing industry globally.
Soon after that summit, a bizarre encounter with a stranger.
A lady came into a gift shop and looked at me and said, I hear the Lord saying you're going to open a home for girls rescued from human trafficking. And I thought she was nuts.
Ziebach says her bad dreams became more frequent, so she decided there must be something to them and to that strange meeting in the gift shop.
And I finally just submitted to the Lord and said, okay, I will do this if you just take the lead, because I have no idea what I'm doing.
That was in 2014. By March 2015, Chris was granted nonprofit status for Camille Place, named in honor of Camille Coates, a young missionary who hoped to one day open a home for trafficked girls. Camille was killed in a car accident before she could do that.
The Lord knew the desires of her heart. He knew the prayers that she had prayed through all those years. And He is allowing her dream and her passion to come through with Camille Place.
Construction on the 10,000 square foot safe haven in Alabama that can house up to 16 girls ages 6 to 19 began in 2021 during the pandemic, all thanks to fundraising and to donations from the public. But there were a lot of obstacles. Shay Hines says Chris worked day and night to make sure progress continued.
Building materials were very scarce. When the stores couldn't get wood, we got wood delivered by the truckload. Volunteers coming from all over the country to frame sheetrock. I remember we needed nails. Stores couldn't get nails. Somehow they just naturally appeared.
Camille Place opened in 2023 to house trafficking survivors. They can stay as long as a year.
It's the most rewarding thing outside of my own family that I've ever done. We begin school almost immediately. We provide therapeutic services of all different modalities. We have one child that came to us. She was raped and sold by her mother when she was 4 months old and homeless when we got her. And within 3 months, she did 1.5 years worth of schoolwork in that short of time frame because she's thriving, because she's in a loving environment.
Catherine Guthrie describes Chris as a warrior.
And we are in a fight. We are in a battle. And a lot of times the light will win. And it always shines in the darkness. She's definitely a light in the darkness.
In addition to opening and operating Camille Place, Chris travels to raise awareness about what's said to be one of the world's fastest growing criminal industries.
The need is great, but the awareness is even a greater need for every city, every small town, and every state in this country. It is being ignored, it's being pushed under the rug, and it's not being addressed the way it needs to be.
And her message is getting through to people like Wendy Fulmer.
All I had ever thought of would be a movie. All the little innocent things that normal little girls get to do, and then there's these little girls that are out there that have no idea what that is, and they're having to perform or do what all these hurtful things. I just thank God that He gave Chris the vision, the purpose to do this, to just be able to help the ones that she has the opportunity to help.
Chris Ziebach has had a lot of doors closed in her face during her journey to open Camille Place.
I mean, I really have had people walk away and turn their back to me because it's too unbearable, right? I mean, you think about an infant being trafficked That's a hard pill to swallow.
But she knew there was something to those nightmares, and she was right. They led to girls rescued from living a nightmare. And she's pushing full speed ahead to make sure more victims become survivors.
These kids have been bound without a voice. They've been locked up. They have been tortured. And then to have them come and thrive and to see them progress, it would keep any of us going.
Chris plans to continue spreading the word about the extent of human trafficking and says soon she hopes to open more of a long-term shelter. Victims of human trafficking are connected to Camille Place through social workers, the Attorney General's office, and law enforcement. If you are a victim or if you know someone who may be, call 911 and report it.